Anyone who sings will tell you that it really can make you feel good about yourself, and it's certainly the case with the Choir with No Name. Founded on the principle that singing lifts the spirits, it has helped build confidence and provide a social network for people who find themselves on the fringes of society.
Well, they're a diverse group of people brought together by founder Marie Benton, who joins us now, along with the choir. And welcome, everyone. Thank you very much for coming today. So this was your concept, your idea.
Yeah.
And you advertised in The Pavement. What were you expecting when you put the ad in?
I really had no idea. When I was working in a homeless hostel at the time, and I'd spoken to quite a few of our residents, and I'd spoken to quite a few kind of colleagues in the sector, and everyone seemed to think it was a good idea. So, so I was kind of hoping, just hoping that some people would turn up.
And how did you get the idea? I mean, you sing as well?
Yeah, I sing in a gospel choir and started to direct that gospel choir fairly sort of recently to that as well. And then, as I say, I was working in a homeless hostel, and it had always been something that made me feel really happy, as you were saying. So I just thought that the two things would go together quite well.
You said in your ad, can you sing? No, doesn't matter.
Yeah, yeah, basically, it's because actually that came from when I was talking to homeless people and saying, like, how do you feel about joining a choir? They were all like, oh, I can't sing, and I wanted to make it obvious that that didn't matter and that everybody had a place, basically. Yeah.
Well, let's talk to some of the members of the choir. We welcome Kimberly. Hi, nice to see you. Now, you had problems, and homelessness came about because of a relationship that fell apart, and you found yourself on the streets. And I hope you don't mind me saying that as a pre-op transsexual, you also found your position among friends and society awkward at times. And so how has the choir helped you?
It's helped me basically relax, give me a bit more confidence back, because I lost it basically through family, through basically bad issues that I had. It's basically brought all my confidence back to me.
And do you find it a release when you get frustrated and lonely and everything else?
Yes, I do.
And part of this fantastic evening, you rehearse on which night of the week?
Monday nights.
Monday nights for 2 hours.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, you're all starving hungry, and there's a great big supper as well. Which is terrific, isn't it?
Yeah.
And down here we've got Dean. Hi, Dean.
Oh, yeah.
So you had a relationship that came apart, and because of that, you started to drink.
Yeah.
5 years.
Yeah.
Sleeping rough.
No, 2 years.
2 years.
2 years
sleeping
sleeping
rough. So I
rough.
got 5 there. And so how did you get involved here? How did you have the will to want to get involved?
When I first saw it advertised, I was actually in St Mungo's hostel, and I saw it advertised, but the word choir put me off, and I was like, whoa, I ain't going there.
Yeah.
Then suddenly I met my new partner, which is in the choir, which is Stacey over there. And Stacey and stuff. And she said, come to the choir.
Yeah. And
I was like, whoa, no. She knows come. So I went, but I went there first time. I saw Marie. I know Marie from previous engagements.
Yes.
And stuff. And I thought, I'll give it a bash. I had a bash. That's next. I thought, I'm coming back. Went back a second time. Now I've been going for 9 months.
And did you discover a voice in you?
A little.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little.
Definitely.
And it's given your life a boost
Yes,
as well.
most definitely.
Not only do you have a new partner, you've got your own flat, you've got a dog, and you've got your relationship
With my daughter.
with your daughter.
Yeah. Hi, Paige.
That's lovely.
fantastic, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, was it because, or partly responsible, you know, sort of this sort of new confidence that you had that began to put the blocks back together again?
It's give and take. I'm an open speaker for St Mungo's. I go out with like directors and stuff and give my history and my experience of homelessness as well. And plus, I'm a recovering alcoholic as well, and I've been dry 3 years. And it's gave me extra confidence. When I do my talks, I get a great buzz from it. And coming on here, it's even better.
Ah, excellent, excellent. Standing next to you is Shane.
Hello.
Welcome, Shane. And you had a big problem with drink and drugs.
Yes, yeah.
You battled for how long with those?
I was on substance abuse and alcohol for probably about 5 or 6 years, and lived rough, sofa surfed, as they say, like through friends' houses, family houses and stuff like that, and been clean sort of 7 years now. And still don't actually have a fixed abode, but I have a really good and supportive family. Yeah, and I live at my mum's house now because I supported her last year because she sort of passed away from cancer. So.
And what do you get out of this?
I love singing. I do, honestly. I absolutely adore it. And
had you been in anything before? Had you sung before publicly?
No, not really. No. You know, I remember when I was like 6 or 7 in the choir.
Yeah.
Here we go. See, I'll come back to my roots. But it is, it's like a family. We're all like a family, you know, we meet up once a week and we actually, you know, it just keeps you going for like 4 or 5 days afterwards.
Yeah. And
know.
you do a lot of gigs. I mean, you aim to do 3 big gigs a year, I think.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But on average, there are small ones going on all the time.
Yeah, we've kind of like we started off by sort of doing little pub gigs and stuff to kind of get ourselves used to performing, I think, and then yeah. So the next big one is next week. Can I say that?
Yes. Where is it?
So
What time?
it's on Thursday, the 26th of March at 7:30 at the theatre that we normally rehearse at in King's Cross. It's called the Only Connect Theatre on Cubitt Street in King's Cross in London.
So what happens if you are an active member of the choir and you're loving it and you're enjoying it and then you get home? Do you have to leave?
No, I think we basically sort of, it's on the basis that people have experienced homelessness at some
Right.
point. So no, I'd hate to kick anyone out. That would be
So
terrible.
everyone welcome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And how do you fund yourselves? Where does the money come from?
Well, we're kind of moving towards funding it through the gigs that we put on, basically. So the gigs are always kind of a big fundraising exercise. We've had some grant funding in the last year, and some really kind of lovely, generous donations from individuals as well. So any more of those would be really nice.
You had the secret millionaire come
did,
round,
yes,
didn't
we
you?
did, yeah. So
I think he gave you, was it about £5,000?
£5,000, yeah.
Fantastic, because you need something, I suppose, to pay the travel expenses, is that right? And the food
It's
at the
food at
end?
rehearsals, yeah, and our venue hire and
Yeah.
you know, stuff like T-shirts and
Yeah.
the website.
And the
Yeah.
choir with no name because you couldn't think of anything?
It was actually because when I first advertised it, I wanted the guys in the choir to name it. I didn't want to have the kind of control over that, so I called it the Choir with No Name Yet when I was doing recruitment posters.
Yeah.
And about 6 weeks in, we had a vote on what we wanted to call it, and the name stuck. Basically, people thought at the time it had. It was kind of like there's a lot of anonymity involved
Yes,
in being
yeah.
homeless, basically. So it's.
Well, you're going to take your position because you're off-camera conducting.
I am,
And
yeah,
you're going to
okay.
sing Time After Time.
That's right.
Cyndi Lauper's Time After Time. Thank you
guys
very
are
much
welcome to
indeed.
come as well.
Thank you.
Yes,
Very,
lovely,
very cool,
thank
especially if
you.
the grub's good.
It's very good.
Thank you all very much indeed. And,
luck.
and away you go. The Choir with No Name.
Lying in my bed, I hear clock tick. Think of you, caught up in circles, confusion, nothing new. Flashback, warm nights, almost left behind. Suitcase memories, time after. Sometimes I'll picture me falling too far ahead. You're calling to me, can't hear just what you said. And you say, go slow, I fall behind. The second hand unwinds. If you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you. I'll be waiting. Time after time. After my picture fades, darkness has turned to grey. Watching through windows, wondering if I'm okay. Secrets stolen from deep inside. The drum beats out of time. If you're lost, you will find me. You will find me. Time. If you fall, I'll catch you. I'll be waiting. I'll be waiting. Time after time. Time after time. Time after time.
Well done. Fantastic. Very good. Anyone nervous?
No.
No. Show. So once again, tell us where you are.
It's the Only Connect Theatre in King's Cross next Thursday, but the tickets are from our website, which is choirwithnoname.org.
Good. We'll link to that
Perfect.
on our website.
Fabulous, thank you.
Well done. And thank you, accompanist, as well. Thank you. Well, for more information about the Choir with No Name, have a look at our website.